Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl. This is Yoga with Cheryl. Today we will be focusing on a warm up through a sun salutation and then focusing primarily on the lower body and the hips. Please unroll your mat and join me. We'll be starting standing. Come to the top of your mat. Spread your toes wide, fan them and lower them back down. Find the weight distributed relatively evenly, but maybe a little bit more right down through the center of your heel. And from that place, roll your shoulders up, around, and down. Feel the broadness across your upper back. Let your palms face open for a moment just to open up your chest. Engage your quadriceps. Press the floor away. And let the lower belly slightly tone, a little bit of engagement through the glutes. Let's come into Ujjayi Pranayama today. So that slight tightening through the back of the throat on the exhalation. It's kind of like a sound like you're fogging up a mirror, except there's no mirror present and the lips are closed. On the in-breath, circle the arms around and up. And on the out-breath, fingertips touch, folding forward, planting your hands on your thighs to begin. Inhale, lift slightly, and exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale to slightly lift, exhale to fold. Bend your knees as necessary. Inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale and exhale, folding. Bend your knees to plant your hands on the ground. Step your left foot back, lowering the left knee to the floor. Let your weight shift slightly forward. We'll stay here and breathe for about 3 breaths. Step your right foot back, right knee down to the ground beside the left, elbows bend, slowly lower your chest to the floor, 8-point pose. Chin is elevated. Inhale, tops of the toes along the ground, open your chest. Press the tops of the feet down, gazing down past your nose, navel to spine. Tuck your toes under, pressing up through your hands, sitting bones back to the heels, elevating your hips to the sky. 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Taking a look towards your navel or your knees. Let the crown of the head stretch down towards the mat. The muscles in the arms are firm, but not locked. And the same with the legs. Ensure that the ears do not surpass the inner arms. Make any adjustments to the position of your hands to widen them or narrow them according to your shoulders' needs. Bending your knees, walk your feet forward in this modified sun salutation. Inhale to come up slightly and exhale to fold. Bend your knees, sweep your arms forward, rise up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale to circle the arms around. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come up part way. Exhale, fold again. Hands meet the earth, stepping your right knee back this time. A nice long lunge. Let those hips come forward, open your chest. Palms plant on the ground, step your left knee back, knees, chest and chin, elbows alongside the ribcage. Your chin may be on the ground, I just can't because my microphone is in the way. And then inhale, sweep the heart forward, lengthen the legs, all 10 toes down along the ground, open your heart. Bring your hands slightly back. Thighs are firm, glutes are active. Belly is turned on. Pressing through your hands, sitting bones back towards the heels, Elevating your hips into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Continue to pull the pelvic floor up into the body, narrowing the waist. Bending the knees, looking towards the hands. Walk your feet there. Look up partway and exhale to fold. Bend your knees, sweep your arms forward. Exhale to your heart. Once more each side. Inhale, circle the arms around. Exhale to fold. Inhale up partway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back nice and long, lower the knee. This time through, we'll sweep the arms forward, rise up, adding a little bit more into our back bend, opening up that left hip a little more. Stay tuned into your breath. Exhale, release the hands. Step your right foot back. Lower chin, chest, and knees to the floor. Inhale, sweep your heart forward. Draw your hands slightly back. Tops of the toes, fronts of the feet, tops of the feet on the ground. Strengthening your back, your glutes, your quadriceps. Tuck your toes, lower your chest. Now tuck your toes, pressing up and back. Child's pose, and then downward dog. 5 breaths. Bending your knees, walk your feet forward. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Bend your knees, inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. A back bend with some glute control. Then exhale to your heart. Inhale, arms circle around. Exhale to fold. Inhale, up partway. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. Lower the knee. Keeping the ankle and the front knee in alignment. Inhale to sweep your arms up. Breathe here. Exhale, release the hands. Step your step your left foot back. Lower knees, chest and chin to the floor. Let your heart come forward, lengthen the legs. Engage your glutes. Strengthen through your back as you rise up. Slightly draw your hands back towards your hips. Lowering the forehead and the chest. Tuck the toes, pressing up and back. Downward dog, 5 breaths. You can always keep your hips low if your arms need a break. Breathe here. Pelvic floor stays drawing in and up. Call this Mula Bandha. Lower belly stays intact. Uddiyana Bandha. Breath is consistent and you're aware of it. Bending your knees, walk your feet forward. Inhale, look up partway. Exhale to fold. We're going to stay here in our forward fold this time around. If it's available, you can take your big toes with your peace fingers, wrapping in between the big toe and the second toe, pressing down through those big toes. Inhale, reach up through your sitting bones, and exhale, fold as elbows come a little bit wider. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other in the back body. Feel your kneecaps lifting with the engagement of your quadriceps. Bend your knees as necessary. Release the big toes. Inhale, look up partway. And if it's available, exhale, fold a little deeper. Maybe taking your arms behind the backs of your legs. Maybe even crossing your wrists as you bend your knees. And then taking your hand to the front of your ankles, lengthen your sitting bones, bowing down a little bit more. Release that out. Engage your abdominals, slowly come up. Roll the shoulders back. Nice and broad, coming into mountain pose. Very active mountain pose. As you align with your breath once again. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers as you draw your knuckles down to the ground, and squeezing your triceps towards each other. Stepping your right foot back about 2.5 feet. You want to make sure you don't feel like you're slalom skiing, but you have a nice firm base. Right big toe points to the top right corner of the mat. It's slightly, that right thigh bone slightly rotating out. Inhale, lift your chest, and on the exhalation, folding over the left leg. Looking down towards your big toe. So the right hip is rotating out, but there's an internal rotation of energy. Maybe letting those knuckles come towards the sky. Releasing your hands back towards your hips. Take your right hand to the floor and open your left arm to the sky. Draw your left hip slightly back. And then release. Bending into your left knee, step your right foot forward. Engaging your belly, press the floor away, come up. Roll the shoulders around, back and down. Stepping your left foot back the same distance. Again, making sure that you feel balanced. Left hip opening slightly. Interlacing your fingers, maybe the opposite index finger leads. We have a tendency of always clasping our hands the same way. Draw the triceps towards each other. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, bow down over the right leg as the right hip crease comes slightly back. Looking down to the right big toe. Keeping that right big toe on the ground. Maybe letting those knuckles come to the sky. Release your hands back down, your left hand coming towards the ground underneath your left shoulder, rotating the right arm up. You can always wrap your arm around the low back. Release the right hand down, bend into the right knee, step your left foot forward. Engaging your belly and your pelvic floor, and then roll up. Feeling the leg strength get you there, roll the shoulders around, back and down. Inhale, circle the arms around, and exhale to fold forward. Inhale, come up part way, and exhale, bow down even deeper. Step your right foot back, and now open up that right hip. So the inner edge of your right foot is, and the outer edge of your foot is parallel to the narrow end of the mat. Begin to bend into your left knee and sweep your right arm up and around into Warrior Two. Utilizing the left glute muscles, draw that left knee towards your left baby toe. and energetically spiraling that right leg in and down to the ground, all the way down to your heel. Planting the left arm on the left thigh, sweep the right arm around, up. Breathe here. Excuse me, bring that right arm back parallel to the ground. Left hand to the ground, right hand to the ground, peel your right heel up, step your right foot forward. Pressing down through the earth, use the strength of your legs, strong bellies, roll up. So we're never hanging on the spine, use the strength of your legs to come up. Roll the shoulders around, back and down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, look up part way. And this time as you exhale, bending into right knee, step the left foot back, pivot that left foot open so it's towards the narrow end of the mat. Inhale, opening up the arms. Right knee stacking over the right ankle, utilizing your right glute to keep that right thigh open. The left leg, although it's reaching out wide, we're spiraling it in and down like a corkscrew. Let the right arm come onto the right thigh, sweep your left arm down, and open the chest wide. Try not to lean your weight on the leg, use the legs to keep you lifted, the side body muscles working. Come to your breath. Releasing that left arm down. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor, peel your left foot, and step your left foot forward. Pressing down through the feet, bend the knees, use the power of the legs to come up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms around. Exhale to fold. Folding all the way down as much as you can, pelvis rotating over the thighs. Plant your hands on the ground, step your legs back into a downward facing dog. Preparing to come into pigeon pose. If pigeon pose is not for you, you'll come onto your back and do a figure 4 position with your legs. I'll demonstrate it in a moment. For pigeon pose, inhale, letting your right leg rise. Point through your toe, press your hands away, get nice and tall, and as you exhale, draw that knee in towards the inner edge of the right wrist. Let the left leg come down to the ground. Lengthen it down along the earth. Coming into proud pigeon first. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale slowly, slowly, walking your chest down to the ground. The modification for this is coming into figure 4 position. We'll stay here for about 1 minute. Continue to soften into it, lengthening the heart forward, and keeping the outer edge of that right foot kind of chopping into the ground. See if you can get your pelvis a little more neutral. You can always use a prop underneath your hip, or maybe even a block underneath your head. Begin to gently rise. Keep your right knee where it is and sweep your left leg around. might look like this depending on what your body allows you to do. We're coming into what's called fire log pose, seeing if we can stack the left knee over the right ankle and the right foot over the left foot over the right knee. If you have a little bit more available, you'll let your heart lengthen forward. Make sure you continue easing that breath into your body. This can be a challenging pose. Moving into those tight hips. Inhale, rising up. Taking that left leg off. Sweeping around, coming back into downward facing dog. Just walk your dog out a little bit. And then prepare to come into this on the other side. Inhale, left leg to rise. Point your left toe, reach up, and exhale, draw that knee into the inner edge of your left wrist. Lengthening your right leg down along the ground, walk those toes back. I like to feel the outer edge of that foot kind of making contact with the earth, and then squaring off the hip. Remember to use a block or a blanket underneath the hip as necessary. Get tall and proud pigeon, inhale. And on the exhalation, lengthening down, almost like a cat moving into a stretch, lowering down just to wherever your body allows. Maybe even supporting your head with your hands or a block. Finding your expression of this pose. On the in-breath, elevate your chest, keeping your left knee where it is. Sweep your right leg around. It might look kind of like this. Maybe with practice, that hip will open a little bit more. Let those ankles be active, so not lazy. So it's like 90 degrees to protect our knees. Inhale to get tall. Moving into your expression of the pose. This should never hurt the knees. It's meant to be felt in the outer edges of your hips and the glutes. In-breath draws you up. Sweeping that right leg around. And coming back into downward facing dog one final time. Just walking out your dog a little bit. Maybe to the wide edges of your mat. Maybe circling them. Whatever feels good. And bringing those feet back to hip width apart. Let your shoulders shift forward, lower your knees. Come into child's pose, letting your belly rest on your thighs. Breathing here. Begin to lengthen your belly down along the ground and then roll over onto your backs. And as you come onto your backs, starting with bent knees, just taking your arms alongside your body, gently rock your knees from side to side. And the next time the knees come to the right, let them stay. And maybe letting your left ear find the earth. Close your eyes. If this feels uncomfortable, stack your knees or lengthen your right leg down along the ground. And the head back to center, knees back to center. Exhale, lower your knees to the left. And your head to the right. Maybe stacking your knees. Notice if you feel that a little differently. Find your option. A couple more breaths. Head back to center, knees back to center. Walk the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open wide. Let's take our hands and cradle the back of our heads. The elbows open wide. Walk the shoulder blades under. Begin to soften the breathing. Just pay attention to the belly gently rising and falling as the breath moves in and out. Carrying that energizing and soothing calm life energy. Completely immersed in the practice, recognize how you feel, balanced and calm in body and mind, strong and flexible. Begin to lengthen your left leg down to the corner of the mat, and then your right, toes flopping open, releasing your head down to the ground. Face up, walk the shoulder blades under to open the chest, and check that your chin and your forehead are parallel, even one isn't jutting up above the other. It's okay if you'd like to roll something up underneath the back of your neck. Depending on your body type, you might need different modifications and props. We always offer ourselves those opportunities. Allow your whole body to soften. Softening the toes, feet, softening the ankles, the calves, softening the circumference of your knees and your thighs. Soften your abdominals, your back and your chest, fingers and palms, wrists and forearms, elbows, upper arms. Soften the shoulders again. The circumference of the neck, the inner throat, Relax all the muscles of your face, the chin, the lips, and the tongue. Relaxing your jaw and your cheeks. Softening the muscles around the nose and the eyes. Soften the eyebrows, the forehead. Soften the temples and the scalp. Allow your body to dissolve into the surrounding space. Becoming one with the space around you. No longer separate, recognizing your union with it all. Dropping the sense of dualism, experiencing the state of oneness. Begin to feel your body come back towards its shape. Feeling the weight of your body on the ground. Breathe into your body with awareness. Become aware of your thumbs. Let them touch your index fingers, the middle fingers, ring finger, and the baby finger. Bring all fingers towards your thumbs. Then inhale, spread your fingers wide. And exhale, soften. Let the feet come to plant on the floor. And draw the left knee into the body. Hug it in close. Release it down and then hug in the right. Release it down. Rolling over onto your right side or your left. And then helping yourselves to seated. Placing your hands on your knees. As you inhale, draw the knees back, lift your chest, roll the shoulders down. And either with closed eyes or just gazing down past your nose. Noticing the breath once again. Letting it move in and out through the body with ease. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope this practice gave you what you needed. Until next time, I'm Cheryl. Thank you.